Okay, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect. All right, I'm going to get right into it. This is Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 21. For wisdom open the mouth of the dumb, and made the tongues of them that cannot speak eloquent. Right? So basically, the name of this video is more than likely going to be for wisdom open the mouth of the dumb. And it's not talking about actually being dumb. All right? It's not talking about, well, the modern day sense of dumb, which, you know, typically people use that when someone is slow or retarded, so to speak, or not even retarded, but, you know, someone that can't comprehend. And that's essentially what it means, because the scripture says that when wisdom open up the mouth of the dumb. All right? So when someone that doesn't know the law, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures is basically dumb, meaning they don't need to be speaking, essentially. All right? So when you get wisdom, this knowledge and understanding, you know, it enters into your heart, into your mind, then you're able to speak. All right? So I'm going to read it again. For wisdom opened up the mouth of the dumb and made the tongues of them that cannot speak eloquent. Right? So when you get this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, you're able to break down these scriptures. You're able to reveal the mysteries of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's what makes you eloquent. Not going to Harvard and learning how to be a public speaker and, you know, pausing when you see commas and, you know, and knowing how to frame a question. The scripture says what? The wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So what actually makes you eloquent, if you will, you know, is having the proper understanding of life. All right? So I'm going to jump over. This is going to be some examples, right? So I got Exodus, the 4th chapter and the 10th verse, right? Because Moses was chosen to be the king of Israel and to lead Israel. But he had a problem because what? He wasn't well known amongst the Hebrews. All right? Even his Hebrew wasn't so great, if you will. All right? He wasn't a man that had much understanding of his people, because he didn't dwell amongst his people as much. You know, that's basically off extrapolation. All right? So this is what the scripture says, because he wasn't confident in what his task was to be. So he says this, and Moses said unto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue. It doesn't mean, like I said earlier, it doesn't mean that he was on some It doesn't mean that. You know, it just basically means that he didn't know what to say amongst the people. Why? Because the wisdom that he retained was new unto him. All right? So he didn't know how to properly word his sentences, or he didn't know how to basically convey the words that he needed to. Right? So this is what the Most High said, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai said unto him, who hath made man's mouth? Or who maketh the dumb or deaf? Meaning the word dumb meaning not being able to speak. The word deaf meaning not being able to hear. All right? And it says, or the seeing or the blind, have not I, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai? And that's what the Lord is saying. He's like, look, basically, man, I got this, man. You know, you just need to have faith and trust yourself to be a vessel, and then you're going to fulfill the task that's needed. All right? So this ain't about, you know, the most so-called eloquent speaker. The scripture says what? That the most, I think the scripture says what? I thank thee because you have not given this unto the wise and unto the prudent. Right? So the people that seem to be wise in this world, the people that seem to be eloquent in this world, those are really the dumb ones, if you will. All right? Those are the people that don't need to be speaking. So when you get this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, you're supposed to do it in faith and in confidence. Why? Because it's not of you. All right? Let me get this real quick. This is Matthew chapter 10. Okay, one second, Salakia. Matthew chapter 10, verse 19. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in the same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which speaketh in you. See, and that's the point right there. So you ain't supposed to be thinking about, oh, what should I say, or what, especially in the times to come, right? Stop trying to be so eloquent, and stop trying to be so diverse and so deep. You're supposed to just let the Spirit flow, man, and remember the things that you were taught, and then let the Spirit just flow. Oh, you got something?
Con. This is 1 Corinthians 2, verse 1. And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of the Most High.
Should be more.
Yeah, it is. I thought the verse was... Oh, yeah. Verse 2. For I determined not to know anything among you, save Yahushua HaMashiach and him crucified. And I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling.
Right, so he said, I didn't come to you trying to speak all deep, trying to bring some extravagant knowledge from the deep seas of the Pacific, or I didn't dig up no relic from Egypt and dig up some scrolls from fucking Buddha or nothing like that. No, he said, I brought to you nothing save ye Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And that's it, man. The very basics of this knowledge is deep. The very basic of this knowledge makes you deep. All right? So, you going to say something? Okay, so I'm going to just bring this one. It's going to be the last scripture. All right? So, that's what you should just base your foundation off of, the basics. When you go out and you speak and you teach on the streets, just bring out the basics. You want to sit and do a video, just bring out the basics. All right? Because it's not your words. Everything that we've learned has been given unto us. All right? So, this is Acts chapter 4, verse 13. Now, when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled. Right? Were they really ignorant? All right? Were they really unlearned? If you want to get down to the nitty gritty, but they were considered unlearned and ignorant. Why? Because they weren't coming with the wisdom of the world of that time. They weren't coming with the rudiments of that world. All right? They came with the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and that's it. And they were amazed at that. They said, believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and everyone was amazed at just that. Right? So it says, they marveled and they took knowledge of them, meaning they took heed that they had been with Yahushai. Right? So it's the same concept now. We go out on the streets, we teach. We speak boldly, you know, and we teach you how about Shem Yahushai, man, and that's it. All right? And if, you know, of course, to bring the balance, you know, if sometimes there's an outside source, if you will, that backs up the scriptures, if you will, you know, or that's something that the scriptures really support, that's something that's common amongst men, then of course you bring it out. But the main foundation of it is the scriptures, because all that knowledge, if it don't match up with the scriptures, then it's dumb. All right. Well, all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Now, shalom to the elect. Shalom.